Morning, guys. Sound check. 1, 2. Sound check. 1, 2, 3. Someone can confirm that they can hear me okay. Would be awesome. All right. Awesome, guys. Just gonna let folks here kind of trickle in here. Um, if guys, if you're not already a subscriber and you want to be notified of these sessions, I would encourage you guys to subscribe. I'm also posting this on my Twitter page. So if you're not a subscriber of my Twitter page, that would be another reason um, to join or subscribe. And yeah, that's again, that's kind of where I'm posting these links, and so that you guys are aware when I do come online. Okay. And as always, if what I share, no notification, no live on your website. Jake. And yeah, if you subscribe, you should get a notification. If you subscribe to the channel, you should get a notification. Um, and like I said, I also posted up my Twitter profile, so that's another location where you can pull the link from as well. So yeah, so I will see what I can do to make sure that folks get notified in all the various social media outlets. I think more importantly, one is subscribe to the channel. That's one way to get notified. Two, if any of this resonates with you after the session, during the session, yeah, hit the like button. Let me know that what I'm sharing with you is of interest, and encourages me to get up in the early hours of the morning to provide this content to you. Okay. All right. So we're pretty close to the number here. Buenos días, Paula. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? I do a little Spanish, guys, as well. One day, maybe I'll do a Spanish version of the pre-market review. That might cause an uproar. All right, let's see. Can I get one more person to join here before we start? You're waiting for Vietnamese? Yeah, definitely that'll take some skill for sure. Hey, morning, Merc. All right, here we go. That's the number I was looking for, guys. So, um, let's see. Before we get started, guys, do want to make you aware that let's see if you can see this. I don't know. This is probably not going to work. Of course not. Um, I do want to make you aware of the risk disclosure. Okay, just want to let you know that content that being published by the market trader and its affiliates is to be treated as general information only. Okay, none of the information provided by the company or contained herein is intended as investment advice. An offer to solicit, buy or sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. Testimonials may not be representative of other clients, and the company as partners, representative, agents, employees, and contractors assume no responsibility or liability of any use or misuse of this information. Future trading contains a substantial amount of risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more of their investment capital, and only risk capital should be used. And only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Nothing contained herein is a solicitation to buy, sell futures, options, or forex, and past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to do another move here again. Stop again and share my other screen. See here. We'll do this. Okay. All right. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. This is my Twitter handle here. You see that I've posted. Oh, did that work? Did that no, did not work? Share screen, window, Chrome tab. All right, try this again. Should have worked. Okay, let's see if this will work. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started here. We're gonna go ahead and start with the gold market. Um, we're gonna take a little peek at news here on the side and see if there's anything that we should be aware of. So I use investing.com for my review of any news events. We do have I believe FOMC mini minutes happening tomorrow. Okay, which could cause the market to dull here a little bit leading up to it. Just gonna look for. Let me see. I'm just kind of looking at this on the side without kind of flipping windows here, guys. So let's see. Looking for some 3-star events. Click on apply, and what do I see? Well, I see. Do I not see any events today? No events scheduled. Interesting. Um, let's open this up here a little bit more and make sure. Yeah, we don't. It appears that we don't have any major news events that are happening today. So that's obviously good to know. All right, as we approach the markets, as I mentioned, we do have, I believe tomorrow. I believe we have a couple of events. We have the inventory report from for crude oil. Okay, and then I believe we have some FOMC minutes. Okay, which also could cause the market to stir a little bit. All right. So let's make one last check to make sure the screen. So let's go ahead and start with the gold market. I'm going to remove some drawings here and move this up for now. We're going to go ahead and start with once the week starts, guys. I just start with a daily and kind of take a look at what the market is doing. Not really, not really doing much more analysis than that. I may look to see if there's kind of a zone, on the daily that I need to keep if we're kind of approaching a zone here now. Like I said, this is way past the market here at this point, but this area down here would be an I would draw in, okay, as an area of potential demand. Should price ever get down to it, okay, this would be an area that I would focus in on as a potential area of buyers, right? Because there was somebody, an institution, hedge fund, whatever the case may be, moved the market away from this consolidation area. Now, I generally don't draw it in red. I'll draw it in kind of a green color, right? And then the darker the color, is when I see that there's some rejection away from it. Now, I don't see anything to the left, right? And that's probably indication that we've made some new highs here. So it becomes a little bit difficult. I have to use other measures to arrive at where the ceiling is. Right now, I don't have one. Right. I believe looking at the weekly and looking at the monthly is not going to give me anything. All right. So I'll have to use some things during the day because the markets don't move straight up. They move in a sort of a kind of a staircase fashion. And it's important for me to know where that next stair is. Okay. Or potential for that next stair. All right. So, but right now we can see on the daily, nothing really, other than the market is long, market is bullish on the daily chart. Okay, looking at the 4-hour. Okay, looking at the 4-hour chart, we have a developing, bearish candle here. Okay, up against, talk a little bit more detail about ADR here in a minute. Up against ADR, we still happen to be, I don't know, we're probably kind of flirting with closing below VWAP. Okay. So you can see here, we were kind of making these kind of staircase kinds of formations as we head higher, right? Market just doesn't go straight up. It's kind of a staircase, right? So again, similar to the daily, there's nothing here. If I look from left to right, the market is bullish, so I should be looking for bullish opportunities, right? So again, looking at consolidation areas, well, the consolidation area that I see here that offers me something is this level here, which is around what is it, 2356, 55 ish. Okay. This area here could offer me another area of support for the continuation of this move. If it happens to break this area, well, then I look for the next consolidation area, an area that was broken, that was resistant, becomes supportive. So this level down here at 2221 could offer me an area as well, right? And ADR as well. Okay. So again, 4R still indicating the same kind of thing, although I'm starting to see some, indications that maybe we might be in store for a little bit of bearish activity today. All right. Looking at the 30-minute, okay, this is where I do most of my analysis. Okay. So I'll start to open up a table here. I don't know if you guys, how much of this you can see here, guys, but these are levels that are being drawn out by an indicator called Bjorm levels. Bjorm levels. I think they might be a little bit on the light side, so I'm going to stretch this out here a little bit. But you can see here that these levels are being respected, right? So much like ADR, you see how price left this area, okay, was resistant in yellow, and then becomes supportive. And look what it did. It reacted away from it. So these are kind of, I guess you look at them as kind of supply and demand levels, okay? In addition to some of the things that we look at. You see how this kind of change in polarity that we had here? We had a break of structure. Now we're back to it, right? So we're back at a supportive area in the market, right? This here over here on the right in blue, these blue lines are a developing initial balance range. Okay, that's something that I've I guess I've been using something called initial balance. I believe it's Koza. Koza is the author of this. But these two lines are the initial balance range, which is the first hour of trade here. Okay. Don't want to make this a coaching session too much, but do want to at least alert you of some of the lines that you see on my chart. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the volume profile and see what the volume profile has in store for us. So let's take a look at the let's see, Monday, and we want to look at the 930 bar, or not the 930 bar, but the 830 bar, and then I'm going to drag this across to the 430 bar Eastern time here. So you can see here that we are well above initial balance. Okay, we have already exceeded and rejected away from average daily range, or ADR. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start to call out these levels here. We had ADR high, which has already been exceeded. ADR high, which, oh my God, ADR high here at let's call it 2376. 2376.9. Okay. ADR low, which is probably the next destination for this potential market, if it gets there, is, let's see, where is ADR low? ADR low is down here at, looks like what, 2339.4. 2339.4. Okay, so I'm going to put that in 2339.40. Okay, and then settlement is the dotted line on my chart. Okay, this dotted line on my chart, and that is coming in at, let me open this up here because I also have it here for this. 2358.4, 2358.4, 2358.4. Okay, these are kind of levels that I take a look at beyond some of the levels that like initial balance range here that's being developed. All right. So what are some of the areas that I will be looking at today? Well, I'm at a level now, right? That is acting as supportive. I don't know how much of this you see here, but I'm going to go and highlight it just to illustrate this a little bit further. But you can see here, right in this area right here, we had a pretty strong conviction bar that left an area of consolidation. This is an indication of an institution that came into the market. Now, if the institution was willing to buy at these levels, do you think he or she may be interested in buying again at these levels? Chances are they're pretty good. That if they thought it was a bargain here, they may consider this a bargain here as well. Okay, so we'll have to see how this candle closes out. Okay, because if I need to, I just don't blindly use these levels. I wait for some confirmation either on the 15 or 3-minute bar. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. It's just for giggles. Well, the 15-minute bar has already shown me that there is somebody here that is at least interested in maintaining this market bullish for 15 minutes. Okay. So this could be an indication for price to continue higher. Now, the next order of business that I need to see is I need price to get above VWAP, right? VWAP. There's basically one area here that I'm looking at. If I'm looking to sell, well, I need to get back up to some of these levels where I see some evidence of selling. Okay. Maybe back through the same area that it went through the highs of the day. The day session could be an area for reversal. So up at these levels, 2384, 2383. These are levels that I've shown evidence that there are sellers up here. Okay. Further buying activity. Well, settlement price is also a good area. We have this area, I believe, that we drew on I don't know if it's a 4-hour chart, but there's some area supportive down in this area as well. Okay, so I look at these consolidation areas. I look at the levels that are being drawn by volume profile and things of that nature, and they offer me logical reference levels for me to participate in the market. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, no big events today, Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, key levels. Yeah, key levels is the name of the indicator by Bjorn. Yeah, when I draw initial balance, I set it up for 5:30 to 6:30 Pacific time. Correct. For the market. Right? Now, if you're Eastern, well, then that would be 6:30 to 7:30. If you're not Eastern, Central, Mountain time would be 6:30 to 7:30. If you're Central, that was to be 7:30 to 8:30. And if you're in the East Coast, then that would be 8:30 to 9:30. Okay. All right. There's no other questions on the market. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the crude oil indicator. Yeah, the indicator is what draws my initial balance. The indicator is an indicator that is developed by COSA, I believe. COSA. Okay, it's called initial balance. Initial balance. CZOA right here. This one right here. This is the one I use. It allows you to configure and offers much more lines than I've personally interested at the moment. But it does provide a kind of like 100%, 50% measure of the initial balance range as targets or maybe areas for reversal. For now, I'm just focused in on the initial balance range from that particular indicator. Okay. The indicator starts time setup that I was talking about. Okay. Oh, yeah. So yeah, basically you can set up the indicator to customize the window of time that you're interested in drawing that range. Correct. Right. So in the case of gold, well, you would need to go from 8:30 to the end of the market, right? And so on and so forth. Yes, absolutely. It needs to know when to start and end. Now, and like I said, guys, if you look at this, right, you see how I don't know if it's going to make a new high here, but it's going to continue to adjust this line until the first hour. And at that point, it doesn't move anymore, right? And that becomes the initial balance range. All right. So, okay. Anyway, let's move on. Let's take a look at crude oil. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this here a bit. I was very busy trying to understand the crude oil market earlier, I guess. So I'm going to move some of these lines. All right. Okay. So let's widen this out here a little bit, guys, and then move to the daily. All right, looking at the daily chart, we have a developing, bearish candle here. Okay, you can see how these levels are being drawn out by this Boerum level tool that I mentioned earlier. See how once it broke the level, it changed it from resistant to supportive. Okay, so this area down here at let's call it, was it 80.34? 80.34 could be supportive if it comes back to that level. I mean, we're way past that level right now, but I'm just kind of illustrating the what the tool provides, and it's called Bjorgum levels, something along those lines. Okay, so we have a developing bearish engulfing candle, or at least a bearish candle currently in the market, in an otherwise uptrend. Now I'm looking to the left to see if any of this, well, and unlike gold, we look to the left and we see evidence of what? Well, we see evidence of sellers, right? There's a seller here, right? We do see a seller here. So I will shade that in a kind of reddish color. Okay. So this is a logical location for the market to stall. We look to the left for the market to tell us where those locations are. As much as the institutions like to hide, they can't hide. They can't always hide their activity. Okay, so the activity, this activity that moves us or moves in a particular direction, is not generated by you or I. Right? These are moves that are generated by institutions. So these little areas where we see reversals, well, they offer us levels for us to participate in the market. All right. So bullish, okay, on the daily, coming up on an area of supply that could potentially offer a little bit of a retracement. Okay. Nothing here has broken structure to the upside, right? So looking at this, right, I say structure, I mean, is price contained in my channel? That's what I structure. My structure in this case is the channel lines. As long as price stays in these channels, then my expectation is that price is going to continue to move. Now, if I want to participate in this bullish move, well, I'm probably going to look for a level along the channel, just like it kind of left this area here, right? That's logical. If I'm going to be a buyer, let it be in a place where I can logically buy this. Okay. Don't buy it in an area where potentially you're paying a little bit of retail. Buy it in an area where you can potentially get a little bit of a discount. And we just need to be patient for that to happen. Okay. All right. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit more coachy today, guys. So click on the 4 hour. Lot of lines. Let me close some of these. Got a little exuberant with my use of this new tool. All right. Okay, so here we are. Again, we are up against the supply zone that we drew in on the daily. We are below VWAP, which is again another indicator that maybe we'll get some price action lower. Okay, but we do also have a buying wick below it, right? So there's There are buyers in the market. It's not a seller's market by any stretch of the imagination. All right. All right. So again, 4 hour still pretty much, intact as far as the channel goes. Starting to see a little bit of evidence that maybe some buyers have stepped into the market. We have a bearish, kind of developing bearish candle here. And then we have targets below us that it could reach reasonably, visual targets for the market to reach. Okay. Let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart, painting a little bit slightly different story. Okay. We have a bearish engulfing candle. Market has I just opened, looks like. Let's see. We'll go ahead and draw in my initial balance ranges. Okay. This is, I have it really configured. Now these other lines, guys, are 100% extensions, areas of the initial range that it developed here. Okay. So normally I would turn these things off. Okay. So I don't care about the 100% range or the 200% range, or maybe I'll keep the middle of the range. That seems reasonable to me. But this is basically the initial balance range that's developed by the initial balance indicator that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so what's interesting is that we have the initial balance range kind of overlapping yesterday's range. All right, so we have a bullish engulfing, kind of in the middle. All right, we have ADR below us and ADR exhaustion to the on the high side, and establish what those levels are. So we have ADR high. We got ADR high here at let's see here. ADR high at, what is it? 87.40. 87.40. ADR low at 85.77. 85.77. 85.77. And then we have settlement, which is the I'm going to call it settle at let's see, settle at 86.40. Looks like 86.40 is settle. All right. And then the initial balance range is being developed here. Okay. This is the first 30-minute bar. The initial balance is still being developed. Now crossing above settlement price, which could be an indicator that price wants to continue higher. If we get a close above VWAP, that's going to again give me further evidence, right? I'm always looking for some sort of evidence that's aligned with the direction of. All right, let's see. Any questions here? So where would I be? Where would I be a buyer? Well, I'm starting to see some evidence of a location where I could potentially participate in a long trade. I don't know if I want to necessarily hold out. Ideally, I would love to be able to go long on a ADR exhaustion low, but I don't know if necessarily the market's going to give me that. Now, before I would entertain a long, I'd like to see evidence of bullish activity, which we are getting right now, and then I'd like to see it break some level here. In this particular case, I would love to see a close above VWAP. All right, that's kind of like a litmus test for myself, because if it does remain below VWAP, then I have to feel like it's still being respected, or the sellers still are very much in control, right? So these are kind of little nuggets, little pieces of information that I'm trying to pull out of the market to help me understand what are the market participants trying to do. Okay. Even I don't want to have just one piece of information that's aligned with my view. If I have more pieces of information that's aligned with my view, the higher the likelihood that move will continue to play out. Okay. All right. I think that's all I have to say for crude oil. I don't see any questions, so I will continue. We'll go ahead and move to our my next favorite market, the Nasdaq. Okay. All right, so we're just going to take a quick peek at the daily, guys. All right, quick peek at the daily, because I do, I'm kind of, okay, so we continue to kind of make this overlapping, have this overlapping price action. We have now starting to develop a little bit of a demand zone here, guys, on the daily. We've been kind of in this range, right, on the top end and the bottom end. We're starting to develop some structure. I see a kind of a conviction bar here. Remove some of these drawings because they're troubling me right now. So you see this conviction bar, right? Someone has said, okay, enough's enough around what was that? 18, what is that? 180, something like that. 18080. All right. And now you can see, right? You can see here that it's developing a little bit of a demand zone here, right? Price is having a hard time, getting inside this area without it being scooped up by someone. Okay. Every time it kind of comes into this area, scooped up, comes in the area, scooped up. So maybe there's somebody here who potentially might be accumulating based on what I'm seeing on the daily. All right. It's developing kind of a nice demand zone here. All right. Now I need to see, in order to kind of follow through with that view, I need to start to see price kind of break some of this prices above us, right? We have this price here at what was this? Around 18,400, right? We have another price level here at 18,400. So these levels need to be broken before I can start to change my sentiment here a little bit. But it is starting to give me some evidence, right? Even though it is ranging, that we might be accumulating. There might be some participants who are looking to take this market long again. Okay. All right, looking at the 4-hour, again, similar kind of thing. We're having a 4-hour, 4-hour bar reacting away from this demand area that I drew on the daily. All right. So again, a little bit rangy. This is a little bit daunting. I don't know who this was, but meant business. Okay. And now we're kind of grinding away. All right. Up. Now, if I get back to 500, my expectation is whoever this person was might be interested in taking the market down. All right. This is because this bar right here, no wicks, large body, spells for you better go my direction kind of thing. Okay. All right. So 4-hour showing some bullish activity above VWAP, developing a bullish candle here. 30-minute 30-minute bar, same story. We've already gotten an engulfing, start beginning to think about wanting to break above, some prices here, kind of in the middle, rangy, right? You can see how VWAP is, not being respected here very much. But we're starting to see a series of candles here that are more, I guess, aligned. We got 1, 2, 3 candles, 4 candles headed up now, kind of coming up on the top of the range. Looking at, I'm going to go ahead and remove this. I think, guys, you see that. I'm going to remove this demand zone here if I can. All right. We're going to go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile. If I could locate it. There it is. I'm going to go back to the 830 bar from yesterday. 830 bar. Not 830. I need to go 630 or 930. Let's see. 930, 930, 930, 930. Bum. Is that it right there? I think this is not quite right. Okay, I need to drag this out here a little bit. Oops, way small. Okay, go back. Back. Right. Okay. So we are above value. All right, above value on the top of the range here. Okay. Evidence of selling here, right? We see evidence of selling. Just want to double confirm I got the right level. Yeah, looks like. All right. So we're above value. means that bulls are in control. We're above VWAP. We have settlement price below us here, and we're at kind of the top of the range. Now we have above us. We have ADR here at what is it, 18,430. Just going to go ahead and type that in, 18,430. ADR high, 18,430. ADR low at, what is it, 18, I'm going to call it 18,200, guys. 18,200. ADR high here. Settlement is, what is this? 18. Let's tell us what the 18,295 is settled. 18,295. All right. So what do I do with this market? Well, it looks like we're making a little bit of a run away from settlement. We had a little bit of a double bottom here off of value area low. Now we're up against the high end of the range. Question is it gonna be able to continue higher? Possibly. For myself, I would be kind of patient to see and wait for price to come back down, right, to VWAP, right? This is where I'd like to buy. I don't necessarily want to buy up here. I see evidence of selling. I don't want to be, and I'm starting to see some wicks coming in on the other direction, right? So that might be an indication that maybe there are some sellers that might be stepping into the market here. Okay, so if I'm a buyer, I want to buy down here, VWAP or settlement price, or maybe even value area high. Okay, we're still not at the open of the market here. We're about 15 minutes away from that. So we'll have to wait with initial balance. If I'm a seller, well, up here at ADR high at 18,430 seems like a nice logical level for that. Looking to the left, I see 18,400, right? 18,400 as another logical level where sellers have participated. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing on NASDAQ. I'm just going to pop in here, see if I see any questions. Yeah. NQ, yeah. Basically, yeah. NQ equals my ex-girlfriend, or it equals the girlfriend that you keep coming back to. You know that she's wrong for you, right? But you keep coming back to her. That's how I equate NQ. All right. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I have to say for NASDAQ. Let's take a peek at the ES. So let's go ahead and locate the ES here on my templates. Look at the ES. Okay, look at the ES. We'll open this up here, and I need to speed this up so that, for those opening range traders, that they have plenty of time to figure out what they want to do. Let's see, daily. All right. Scrunch this up. Open this up. Okay, now we had a break of a channel here, right? And we remove some drawings. We had that's not the drawing I wanted to remove. Okay. All right. So we know that we've been in this kind of bullish channel to the upside. Okay. We broke below it, did not have any follow through. Okay. It reached this level, and people decided that, oh wow, this is ES now at a discount. Let me scoop some of that up. And that's exactly what they did. All right. So I see, similar to NASDAQ, that we are developing a little bit of demand zone here. We have a conviction candle coming up, and now we have candles, much like NQ, NASDAQ, and now it's having a hard time coming into this area. All right. Looking at the 4-hour, similar kind of story. I don't know. This seems like kind of Groundhog Day. ES and NQ seem to have a lot of the same look and feel. We have a bullish engulfing on the 4-hour off of another daily reference level. Kind of speaks to higher prices, but I have to be aware of who this guy is, and I have to be aware of ADR above me. Okay. Looking at the 30-minute chart. Again, we'll go ahead and draw in our fixed range volume profile. All right. So let's go ahead and locate that. I have a fixed range profile. Let's locate the the 6:30 bar from Monday, or actually 9:30 bar from Monday, and there it be. Drag that across over to the 4:30 bar, and here we are. Similar view. We're above value from yesterday, indicating that the bulls are very much in control of the market. Okay, we're above VWAP again, indication that the bulls are very much in control of the market. We're starting to think about breaking above this level here. So sellers maybe have missed the boat here as far as protecting their territory. But we do have a ADR zone, which I'm about to document here. ADR high here at let's see, what is this? 52.8275. So ADR high, oops, ADR high at 52.75. Let's make sure, double check that. 52.8275. 52.8275. We have ADR low at right inside this the mid zone, 52.3350. 52.3350. Okay, and then settle is 52. Is it 52.52? What is it? 52. No, yeah, 52.5325. 52.5325. Okay. So yeah. So again, if I'm a buyer, well, I want to buy close to VWAP or value area high. If I'm a seller, well, ADR offers me an opportunity. Well, now has closed above this, so this area right here could be resistant, assuming that we're in a ranging market. But those probably would be my levels. And otherwise, I'd have to wait for initial balance to kind of guide me a little bit, and that won't happen for another an hour and 10. Okay. All right. Kind of take a quick peek here, see if there's any questions. No questions. So we'll close out with the Dow. All right. So we're going to head and move on to the Dow. All right. So I'm going to forego the daily view, guys. I'm going to go straight into the 30-minute view. I'm going to remove some of these drawings, clear it up here a little bit. Okay, this looks a little bit more rangy, I guess. I guess to some degree we've been seeing some ranges in NASDAQ and ES as well. So let's go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile. Let's go back to Monday, 8:30, or not 9:30 bar. Move that across to the 4:30 bar. So this one is a little bit weaker, I would say. Still in range from yesterday, a little bit more rangy than the other markets. A lot of selling wicks above here. Seems like whatever bullish move it's making kind of might be stalling here around value area high, which is again a kind of a decision point. We have ADR well above us here, so I'm going to go ahead and mark this up. So we got ADR high at what is this? ADR high at 39.452. We got ADR low at what was that? 39.40. 39.0040. Okay. And then we got settle at, let's say, what is this? 39.220. Settle 39.220. All right. And yeah, I think that's it. I think for the YM, I would say that you probably need to be maybe a slightly more patient since we are in range of we want to wait for if it's going to make any sort of conviction away from this area of value in one direction. Looks like right now is thinking the bullish side, but we'll have to wait to see what the initial balance range provides us to see if we get further indication. I am a little kind of wary of all these kind of selling wicks that we see here, although we do have another buying wick on the other side. So kind of mixed view here, although the now is higher. Okay. We're above VWAP or above settlement price. So buyer down at these levels, VWAP and settle. Seller up around, maybe 39,200 might be an area if we are indeed in a range. Up here at 39,360 might be another area to potentially fade this market. All right. I think that's it, guys. So those are the markets. So if any of this resonates with you and you found value in it, please don't hesitate to hit the like button on your way out. All right. If you're not a subscriber, encourage you to do that. If you again would like to be notified when these sessions happen. Okay. So until our next meeting, which will be tomorrow, trade well and trade safely and have a fantastic trading day. All right, guys. You're welcome, Merck. Have a great day trading, guys.